Okay, hi everyone. Picking up where we left off on this playthrough here. So we're tearing this thing down. Unfortunately, we were not able to perform the ritual. It's the risk we took. And now that things are looking okay, I think I can put... Where's that? That beaver's not working here. Where is he working? Oh, that's right. I had to use a lot of the coal here, so I'm trying to slow down the burn there. So I'm going to open this up, actually. And I can add that without people getting too unhappy with me. We can also go back to getting some food. So really hoping for some way of getting fuel at this point. Used a lot of the coal here. We're not going to get any more there. And we do have the Druid's hut. That will let us do, although I don't think we have meat. We have, oh, we do have meat. We have meat there and eggs here. We have large meat there, large wheat here. So there's some promise if we can get the correct large gathering camp that we could start using oil to power everything here. And while I'm thinking about it, I'm just going to put in this because we also missed on like a workshop or something like that. And this is great. Okay, so we've got a small wheat field here, which we can start using right away. And it's probably too early to trade with this guy. See, that looks like a fair amount of parts, but I'm not fully convinced. I'm also not sure if I'm ready to give up the tools. But we could give up the stone. We really don't need that much stone. So what if I do this? How much coal does that get us? 14? I think I like doing that, just to give a little bit of buffer here. Skewers also be great. Yeah, those actually would be pretty great. Okay, no orders. So I'm going to take a little bit of a chance here because we do need to get the resolution high to get our reputation up, to get any hope of accessing some additional buildings here. So the question, of course, is what am I willing to give? Yeah, I mean, that will feed our... It's like one cycle of feeding. Let me hold off on that one for now. Once we finish this, people should be feeling pretty happy. Minute 39, how long is he here? Okay, so we'll have a little bit of window there. Just because everyone's content enough right now. And again, once this is gone, this is going to drop significantly. And those skewers could maybe help us get to this first blueprint pretty quickly here. Okay, and then we do need to start getting planks. I'm going to hold off on anything else for now. Maybe slow down this wood cutting just a little bit. Although that is, I forgot about that, the fox comfort bonus. That's something to keep in mind over there. Yeah, I was looking, so planks won't be a problem eventually. Okay, do we finish this, or is that something else that dropped it? Oh, we got the impatience. We will want to keep as best as we can. Yeah, so it'd be really good if we could get something that makes planks a little bit more efficiently, so we can make sure that housing is around to help, again, increase that resolve. Alright, so we've got 10 seconds left here. pause the game, see if I can make a determination. We also found more stone, so I can maybe be a little bit even more willing to give up stone. I want to keep at least 40. Okay, let me pause. I want to keep at least 40 because a big cache uses 40, and so whenever we open this next one, which will probably be next year, I want to make sure that we can use the stone to open it, so I'm not, you know, using coal again. I really don't like to do that. So all of this would cost 9.9. And so again, we won't have orders to get more parts. We won't have orders to get more wildfire essence. I mean, what would this number be? So, oh, that's changing real time. Okay, cool. So if we did this, let's just get 14. If I give up one of these, that's okay. Let's do this, I think. Let's do this. Oh, and I screwed up again because now we're about to hit the storm anyway. I think they're going to be okay, so I'm just going to disable consumption because I do want to save those. Looks like someone already ate one. They will be a little bit unhappy with that decision, but I think it's for the best. And in the meantime, we need to get some of these down. Not required before the storm, but obviously it's better to have. So I have 10 people, so I need 4 of these things. And I also get this down to 0 just to be safe there. These guys are still bringing stuff home. Oh, did we run out of wood already? We're not burning wood, are we? Okay. The wood goes by fast. Once buildings start costing 1.5 times their normal price, it can disappear pretty quickly. So let's see what happens when this flips the storm. Might want to keep more people work. Oh, we're making the planks, of course. That's where the wood is going. So let's return this for now so we can get our houses built. It looks like everyone's fine anyway. I bet I could bump this up and everyone will still be fine. Nope, I was wrong. So leave it like that. We hurting a little bit for wood production, but maybe once more people are housed, I can add another woodcutter. The other thing is we need to get this going at some point. Yeah, I really hate just missing out on all of this time. So foxes are one of the ones that are unhappy. So if I do this, they'll be fine. And of course, it's the bat that is not currently housed. So we've got to get that squared away. And then the planks, I got 8 of them. Building a lot of fabric isn't going to help us. We just got a lot from there. I'm maybe more inclined to get this going. At least to get the oil running, and then the fabric will help with coats, and coats will help with bats and beavers. So that's good. Let's do this. We'll just put it over here, I think. Get that going, and yeah, we will have to get back to making these planks very shortly here. Okay, we do still have newcomers. Pipe could be handy for getting another bat, although I do want more foxes, because my plan is really just to get the foxes happy and go from there. This is more stone, which we just don't need, but that's not, you know, that's not really doing a whole lot there. And that new house will be able to house both of them. So I think I'm going to do this. I don't think I'll go up to level 2 Fox's resolve is low, but now it's fine now that they are housed. Should also build a path this way. And I need to get the comfort decorations. I usually like to just build a park because it's faster than building the... Well, but we're so short on wood anyway, so... The nice thing about these is that you can drop them in those spots there. So that will be worthwhile. I know it costs a lot of wood at the beginning, kind of, especially once you're paying that extra cost, but having that extra resolve, I think, is going to help us. Again, I don't really have a lot to trade, so I've been holding off on this, but we will. I'm just going to drop it there. See this now. Might be time to drop this. Of course, the question is, can we still drop it down to 0? And yes, we can. Okay. Okay, so next time around, I'm probably... So, yeah, we've got plenty of stone. So I'm hoping that will help us solve this. We will just go right through as soon as possible. Okay, we're still doing okay on coal for the time being. Alright, I'm just going to pause quick here and remind myself here, extra drizzle water production. I probably underutilize water. I find it hard to maintain at a... I find it hard to put to use early on. So let's make sure that that's turned back on. I think our foxes will be pretty happy. Do we have anything here yet? So we could start making oil. Yeah, okay. Hopefully we can get tea going. Or no, I'm sorry, we don't need to get tea going. We have the influx and it's just for the foxes, so that should be good. So that this is going now. I think I'll turn this one on too. Let's see if we can just really work on getting the foxes up as high as possible. And we do get a cornerstone, so hopefully we get something helpful here. This I think is going to be good. I think this is going to be really good because we're not going to be able to get the impatience down with orders. So typically the impatience, I'm able to keep it fairly low by trickling the orders in, but this I think is going to go up. So let's do this one. I think I like this one. And again, so we've got... Oh, we also have leather. I'm going to try and save that if we can ever produce boots, because that will help us with the foxes. We're short dyes and resin anyway, but we can get some dyes here, which is almost certainly going to be worthwhile. That's the other thing, so the caches can be a means to victory. I think it's still a little bit early here in year 2 to start sending them to the Citadel. Typically, if you can put them to better use. Okay, so we've got enough stone for forever. And we did hit on some fertile soil. That's really lucky. Really lucky. And this gives extra stone production. So this is just going to really open things up, get us some planks. So this is a great one to do. And this is why, well, of course, now I've got more stone than I could ever want. But okay, and this is another good one. So we're going to get some extra blight rot cysts, but on prestige, we're entering year 3. We're going to have a bunch of those anyway, so we have to solve that problem. And the +2 oil production is going to be really helpful. And if we can ever get to tools, this is also going to be helpful. So this, I think, is an easy decision for me. So we've got that. We can open these, but that's not urgent, although the sooner we get that +1, the better. And then this is going to help us start making the coats. So, okay, I think this was a really good opening glade here to have opened. And I guess we can just start on it because we already took, I believe, the small farm. All right, so we're feeling less in need of this. Of course, we can still gather these, and then as long as I'm not producing food, which I'm really not doing a whole lot of anyway, we should be okay. And maybe I repurpose, maybe I get this open as well, because then opening those, we get meat here. Either way. Okay. So move this out of the way. Just one thing that, oh, interesting. I don't really want to cover up any of that fertile soil with a road. Okay, we've got enough of this. So this is another maybe quick tip here is build one of these. So we've got plenty of time here. It could take 5 minutes. We're at 13. So build one of these to make actually this time spent on this a lot less, because you know you're spending time on here where this effect is happening while you're just going to get resources back at the main area. So if you have this right here, that becomes a lot shorter, and you spend less time with that. I'm also just realizing we also got access to algae. So this is, I'm feeling better. I'm feeling better now. And I think we might as well just go for let's get rid of these trees. I think we might as well just go for the big stone. Gives us some chance at some extra stuff that we don't get here. And for trading, so we still have plenty of stone to move. I don't see anything here that I'm in desperate need of, although I am tracking pottery for tea, but I'm really not too concerned with that right now. Okay, we've got 4 workers, so yeah, sorry for the display up here. I need to turn that off. I'll make sure to do that for the next video. And I do want to get one of these built too, but once again we're short on wood. And was this one also getting us planks? Yeah, I think I want to just get this thing open. So we're not quite, so I'm going to favor the foxes. And yeah, I mean, you obviously want to use the foxes here. Actually, where are all of them working? So they don't need to be working here. And I'm going to put them on this one just to get this done as soon as possible. And maybe, unless things get desperate, we'll see. So I'm actually going to turn this off because I don't want to be producing food at this point in time anyway. And we'll get a bunch of food from here. So now I'll just send the bats in on this. Oh, sorry, I don't know if you guys just saw that black screen. I think there's a Windows setting that I changed ever since I changed that. That's been happening, and I don't think it improved anything. So now that we've got some of these done too, we've still got some builders, so we can start to make this. You know, this is just a every little bit helps thing. Every little bit helps situation. And honestly, with all the stone, we're going to be able to turn those into stone roads. Or paved roads. That's not usually something that I do. So that's an extra 10%. So that will help speed things up as well. And in fact, maybe there's no reason for me not to just to do that now. Some of the more major roads here. Okay, so foxes are way happy. I'm going to turn that off, get the bats up a little bit. And I am okay, we're up to 57 now, so we got to get that going. Put the beaver there, of course. Oops, that's not what I wanted. Put a bat here just to start. Oh, and I'm topped off there, so we gotta make No, I'm sorry. We don't need to make more of that. We're getting a whole bunch of planks coming in right there. Okay, but we are going to be ready to get this going soon. And yeah, I mean, these guys are great. I usually, obviously, I think here foxes could be good. Bats are good. I think they're both better than the beaver, but right now, while we're short on fuel, I like having the beaver there. Alright, and we also got some of these. So let's start making both of these things. We're not going to get very far with this. I'm not ready to use meat for that when we've got a steady influx of grain, or at least we can have a steady influx of grain. This could be another target for 3 foxes as well. And just remembering where my foxes are. I want to keep them freed up because I know we've got a lot of them, but so put them in there. Let them start getting to work. Probably don't want to use all of this fabric. Or do we need any of that to make the weaver? No, just this. So we also need to get this going too. And we'll put it right next to it. I'm just going to put a limit here so we don't go too crazy, I think. So once they all make that. And then I've shorted myself a little bit on builders again. 84, I'm going to open up one of these. And as promised, we're going to have to deal with those blight posts. We do need bricks now, which again also shouldn't be a problem with our high amount of stone. But we do need to make it happen, so we'll get this going. Turn that off. We do get algae, which will help us make that in the weaver. We'll never be making the fabric here. And I also want to get this going. So this is the point where I am starting to feel like I don't have enough workers to do all the things I want. So let's stop this for now. We don't need any more stone. And let's just get some of these guys going here to get the grain so we can start making the oil. This will also be great if I can find the temple. So when you're making oil, you can use, and you have the temple, you can start sacrificing oil here to increase production speed, which makes this go even faster, which keeps your oil kind of coming in fast enough to keep sacrificing, and then the temple reduces hostility based on how many resources you've sacrificed. So that's a really powerful combo. And I'm going to make these main roads into stone roads as well. And look at that, we're done with this. So we're going to, you need to use our algae there, which is what we got there. So that's also very, very nice. We can use both of these. I forgot you can use scales for that as well. Training gear could be something too. I know we have the academy that we're hoping to do at some point. So I'm just going to cap this. And this is just for the foxes, but there's a lot of them, so I'll cap this and put some people to work on those things. And I'll probably stop this video just before the storm. So actually, with that said, we did just unlock something new here. So what do we have? Okay, we have a big fishing hut. I always hate passing those up in case one shows up. I'm not going to take this. Bricks, flour. So flour, we're going to go into flour pretty nicely. If we do ever end up with biscuits, which I don't think we've got anything of that vein yet. So that would be nice. Having better bricks, also nice, but really not required. We don't have frogs, so we don't need a ton of bricks for houses. And we have so much stone, I don't think it's going to matter. And then this one's intriguing too. So we can keep making dye, which we're going to need to make our coats. Dye is pretty cheap, and we don't have a great don't have a great influx of any of these resources at the moment. I'm going to hold off just for now. I don't think any of those are like, you know, helping us do anything immediately here. These are large, right? Yeah, okay. So maybe I'll wait till next year where I'm going to open up this one over here. And again, I have this set here, so I'm just going to let them work. I should also get this back online here. And then just again, making sure, so here, right? I know it's a beaver, but I'm going to put them in there anyway. The longer we can keep them happy, the better off we are. Okay, it doesn't matter currently. Ah, and I forgot about these. So, I'm going to stop here as promised, because this game can do that. You'll just keep going. I will stop here, and we will deal with the storm and the blight in the next video. See you guys then.